We're gonna be talking about the one and only Tom Homan, and you know that this guy is not playing games. When we watched Dana Bash do a double take in shock and horror as Tom Homan explains to her that an illegal alien doesn't have to be convicted of a serious crime to face deportation, because only the fact that he's an illegal means that he already has committed a crime. But, well, so many people are not ready for this conversation, but we better just watch the video first.
And so what is happening as we speak is limited to those with criminal records?
That's the target of this operation, but like I said many times, in places like sanctuary cities where we can't arrest a bad person in the jail, we would like to have access to the jail to arrest a criminal alien in the safety and security of a county jail, which is safer for the community, safer for the officers, and safer for the alien.
That's something interesting, right? There are already these illegals that are in jail. It will be so easy to spot them because, well, everybody knows that they are illegals. But the sanctuary cities, the sanctuary city concept, for me, in my opinion, and this is just a personal opinion, is one of the most retarded ideas in the history of humankind. A sanctuary city. And San Francisco was the first sanctuary city. I mean, that is one of the worst ideas. You know that I made a video of Anthony Fauci a while ago. I was talking about bad ideas, and we were talking about dangling baby cages. But sanctuary cities, no, that earns the retard award to worst idea ever. Well, we continue.
But when you release a public safety threat out of a sanctuary jail and won't give us access to him, that means we got to go to the neighborhood and find him. And we will find him. But when we find him, he may be with others. Others that don't have a criminal conviction but are in the country illegally, they will be arrested too. Because we're not going to strike, and this is the difference between the last administration and this administration. ICE is going to enforce the immigration law. There's nothing in the INA, the Immigration Nationality Act, says you got to be convicted of a serious crime in order to be removed from this country. So
the law is really clear. You don't have to be convicted of a serious crime to be removed from the country. He is very clear about this.
There's going to be more collateral arrests in sanctuary cities because they forced us to go in the community and find the guy we're looking for.
Let me just make sure that I understand what you're saying, because
let me sure if I'm in shock.
At first you said that the first targets are those with criminal records, but you are also saying that those who are undocumented in the U.S., also who don't have criminal records, people who are working in their communities, maybe even have spouses who are American citizens, they could be swept up with ICE today as well?
What I'm telling you is when we go find our priority target, which is a criminal alien, if he's with others in the United States illegally, we're going to take enforcement action against him. We're going to enforce the immigration law.
It would be easy, right? If you see somebody who is illegal in the United States and they go for that illegal and they find other illegals, all right, well, we're gonna it's like Pokemon. It's like Pokemon. We're gonna catch them all. So it's better if you point us directly to those who are in jail so we can warm up with this, and we do this in a controlled manner, and we can do this in a civilized way. But I can't help, for the life of me, understand how people have been so brainwashed in these cities. They say, "Oh, that's okay. We love being a sanctuary city. We have our arms open for anybody who wants to come here, and we'll give you shelter. We will give you food. We will give you mobile phones. We will give you, plane tickets if you want to, go to other parts of the country if you have family or friends there." Although I don't think that is the reality right now. We will be talking about Eric Adams later as well. Well, we continue. Tom Homan.
What happens then? So the ICE officers gets an individual or a set of individuals and apprehends them. What next? What do these ICE officers do with them? Because in some cases, and you know this far better than I, they haven't been deported in the past because their country of origin won't take them.
Well, maybe that's why Trump wants Greenland. I also saw that suggestion on X. I think that is a nice suggestion. Maybe you can use Greenland as a huge detention center for these people while they are accepted in one way or another from their countries of origin, and you just send them to Greenland and to, I don't know, mine or something. Meanwhile, they wait. That is a better idea than having migrant shelters inside these cities. And maybe you know that this is a prerogative of every city and state, but maybe you can do away with the sanctuary city stuff while you're at it. That would be a good idea.
Well, what happens after arrest? They're taken to an ICE office and they're processed and put in detention. While they're in detention, ICE officers work on travel documents. The host country sends travel documents saying, yeah, this is our citizen, this is our national. Then we make flight arrangements. So
the problem is that we have issues. So many of you know that I come from Venezuela, and I know that Nicolas Maduro, who is actually is not really the president. He has been a dictator, a tyrant. He's not a dictator. He's a narco-tyrant, in fact. That is the actual term. Because what is happening in Venezuela is a narco-tyranny. They're not going to accept the Tren de Aragua members. No, because that was Maduro's plan in the first place, to take the criminals out of Venezuela and into the United States. That was part of his arrangement with the gang leaders who are still in Venezuela. It's a bit complicated topic, but in the case of Venezuela, I know that Maduro will try to do whatever he can to not accept those people back. So I would like to know what is Tom Homan going to do about that? How is that going to work? That would be interesting. I'm eager to know.
So they could be in detention from a few days for a few weeks until that removal was made happen.
What if the host country doesn't want them, as has happened in the recent past?
We have various plans. We have
Greenland.
Various plans. Other countries are willing to take them. We have third safe country removals. So that's something we're working through. But I think you're going to see less of the recalcitrant countries. Countries won't take their citizens back under this president, because this president has vowed that these countries will take them back. So I'll leave that up to the White House. But there will be negotiations with those countries who are pushing back on recalcitrancy, and they will be removed.
Well, so far, I think Tom Homan means business. I see that his body language is solid. His answers don't. He has no delay. He has no. He's not stumbling in his words at all. He's very serious about this stuff. I'm sure that he has figured out pretty much everything from the ground up. He just needs. He's starting warming up, asking these sanctuary cities, hey, maybe it's a good idea if you let those guys who are in jail, that are maybe one or two, you hand them to us, right? Because if you release them into the wild, they're going to go with their illegal friends. And if we find those guys with their illegal friends, we're going to deport everybody at the same time. So it's not a bad idea, in fact. It's like... It's a more efficient idea. It's more efficient if sanctuary cities collaborated with ICE, but you know how it is. They want to play the holier than thou. Now that we're talking about the bishopess, they want to play the holier than thou card. Oh no, we're gonna protect them because blah 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 and such and such and such. Let's see how much of that. Maybe they're going to go full Eric Adams at some point. Who knows? But I would love to know what do you think about this in the comments. Let's highlight our live chat, which is the heart and soul. Our live chat is the heart and soul of our show.